What's up, guys? Welcome back to my show. Please subscribe. I love what I do. I really enjoy this, but the more subscribers, the better. So today we're going to talk about top 10 fantasy football rankings. Fantasy football is not clear, almost here yet, but in August, you're going to start having to worry about it. So how about we just get a jump start to it, because rankings are already coming out. So top 10, and then we'll go honorary picks and when to draft your first quarterback. First pick is Barkley. Mainly because he was a force last year, did so well, dominated. Oh, dude, he was just breaking tackles left and right in the passing game and running game. And with Odell Beckham gone, I think there's gonna be more plays for him, and so I think he's gonna have another monster year. Second is Alvin Kamara, mainly because Mark Ingram's gone. And we saw how Kamara did without Mark Ingram. He posted some great numbers. He was a top fantasy player, I believe, or top 2 fantasy football player in the first couple of weeks before Mark Ingram came. Still did well, but I think he's going to have, this is when he starts taking over, and I don't think Latavius Murray is going to be a huge threat. Maybe some goal line takes, but this is his offense with Michael Thomas, so I think it's going to be a fun year to have him this year. Next one is McCaffrey. McCaffrey is also, I think Carolina really realized the second year how to really utilize his strengths and his skills. And I think in now his third year playing for them with Funches out and the receiver corps not as strong and like dominant, he's going to see a lot of the plays to him. So get ready for another great year for McCaffrey. And the next one, number 4, is Ezekiel Elliott. The reason I dropped him down is because the players that I just said are a lot younger and faster and quicker. They haven't been carrying the ball so many times every year. So I don't see a huge decline. I see a little bit, but I also, because of Cooper in the mix, and Cowboys going to draw more plays for him too. That's why I feel like he's just going to go down a little bit in the rankings. Now, after Ezekiel Elliott comes the hard part, the middle of the first round. You know, the 5th, 6th, and 7th. So my 5th player is David Johnson. I know. Hold on one second. You know, he had over 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns with a really terrible offense, and with Rosen at home. Now, not only did they change their coaching system, they made it more offensive, you know, with Kingsbury in it. He's a very great offensive mind, has really done well in college. And so now they got Kyler Murray, who's a threat mobile as a running and passing QB. And so just Kyler Murray by himself is going to improve his numbers, and I think we're going to see David Johnson, the old David Johnson, back. So if you like risk, I would take that risk right there. Then we got Gurley, Todd Gurley. We just got to see what's going on with his ankle, and for now, I'm going to put him in the middle of the rankings because, you know, he did slow down, and the Rams have used him a lot, and so I'm really cautious, you know, just because I was cautious about Elliott as well. You know, to use a running back that much, you know, it's really scary because, you know, they can just decline anytime. So I would just be very cautious with him, which is why I'm there. And then the next one is Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon also was a little injured last year, but put up phenomenal numbers, sometimes over 2 touchdowns a game, just like Gurley, and was, you know, I hated playing against, you know, Gordon because he always, the opponents that I played against always scored a lot of points. So I know he's gonna have another monster year. The key thing with him is Phillip Rivers. Where is he gonna be at? As long as he can still stay accurate and play like Phillip Rivers, then I still see him doing really well. But if he's declining, then I would probably bring him down on the list. Next one is Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins. You know, in a PPR league, you know, he's a monster, and even in non-PPR leagues, he's a monster too. So he's a for sure over 10 points a game. Let's just be real. You know, he's the phenomenal, catches anything you throw it at him. So there's no question with that. Davante Adams is next up at number 9. He's also like one of the up and coming best receivers in the game. So, and he's still the best receiver threat out of the receiver and tight end. He's still the biggest threat. He's the biggest threat. So Definitely go with him in the first round. Don't miss out on him. He's going to give you some good numbers. Number 10 was, a little iffy. I'm like, oh, who do I go with? There's just so many great players, but I ended up going with Le'Veon Bell. He's going into a system where Gase likes to throw a lot of screens and short passes, and I think he's going to thrive in that offense as long as he's given a chance. But so many things are going on with the Jets, so we're not really sure. It could just be the news, the media pumping, making drama up. But at this point, we'll see what happens. But Le'Veon Bell is still a dominant player. Yeah, he's been out of the game for a year, but I would still put him right there. If you're not really sure about Le'Veon Bell, we got you still got Michael Thomas, who was just an absolute beast in the past. Dude, he caught everything, and it was way over 100 yards so many times, under 50 yards at times. So you can either go with them. Julio Jones, obviously, he's another beast. Won't give you a lot of touchdowns as usual, but he'll get you at least over 10 points because he's gonna have over 100 yards. Next one is OBJ. Going to an offense that has a lot of talent, and I don't think he's first round material, but I could be wrong. He's not going to be the vocal point. He's going to be the main go-to guy, but they got Landry, they got Chubbs, and when Kareem Hunt comes by, that's just going to mix everything up. So in the first few weeks he might see a lot of looks, but after that, it's going to be spread out. You're not going to get a very consistent play out of him. Another guy is James Conner. With Antonio Brown being gone, that takes away another threat. And so James Conner did really well for a 6th, 7th rounder. I don't know who, I know in my league someone got him the very last pick of the NFL, of our fantasy draft. So that was worth his draft pick. But to really reach out for him, he's a good dynamic, cuts really well, will make a lot of plays out of nothing. But he can be another player, but, still not sure. With him being up there, but he could, he wouldn't be a bad first round pick either. When to get a, quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is going to guarantee you 20 points per game, even without Tyreek Hill. 20 points per game. You heard it here. 20 points per game. It depends if you want to give up on that or not. I would say if he's there late second, you pick him up for sure. 3rd round, don't be that person that gives up on him and then the next person picks him. Get him. No later than 3rd round pick. I would say even, if you can get a late, 2nd round pick for him, do it. But yeah, that's all I got. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see how it goes. I'll continue, comment more on fantasy football later on. All right, take care, guys.